What up, King? Welcome back. Apa ni tak ada lock je ni. Gila. Tak ada orang on ni. sini. Sama-sama. Round 2. Aku sampai ulti.
The Dire get a ban. Here's the Radiant ban. Ten seconds. Radiant.
No matter what you think you're gonna get, one thing you can know for certain is it's a game 3.
10 seconds. 5 seconds remaining.
Is it going to be the same from BB Team? Confidence coming in and sticking to their guns about what happened in Game 2? Do they just straight up open for something that is not a conventional opener? The answer is yes.
The enemy triangle in terms of not getting the kill by Echo Slam, but try to block them, try to be annoying, stop those stacks from going off. Maybe position 5 can go into the triangle, try to battle it out with a position 4 on the enemy team. But yeah, Queen of Pain, like even on that position 4, Schofield did look good in the first game. His damage was pretty much on par with the Earthshaker, but we'll see where it's gonna end up going.
I do believe that is the best role for Queen of Pain right now, is to follow a hero and just dominate it in lane. There's a reason I think that she's fallen off since the Dom meta has, you know, sprung into Dota. I honestly don't mind Queen of Pain against Templar Assassin. As long as you win the sentry battle in lane, a lot comes down to those supports, because otherwise she can meld dodge the Queen of Pain dagger. If you're winning the sentry battle, then TA gets destroyed in this matchup. If you're winning the sentry battle for TA, then Queen of Pain gets destroyed in this matchup. So a lot of pressure on the supports here between these picks.
Yeah, the support heroes are going to play a really, really pivotal role. Like in the first game, I felt like the BB side were able to kind of rotate around. Remember the first game where Disruptor was like running around 4 minutes, he ganked mid, he ganked bottom. It's all because of the hero lane matchup that allowed him to do that. So if I'm BB team, I'm going to try to replicate that. I try to have maybe the co-op, keep them guessing where my co-op is going, and then try to figure out a way how do I get a favorable lane matchup so that my supports can move around. I mean, this TA is definitely a very good answer to it. Like Andrew already said, you know, you have a lane matchup where you're not worried that the co-op can pressure you, and you're like daring them to put the co-op in your lane.
Yeah, they are removing Silencer. He did one hell of a job, even though they didn't have too much of a team fight to break the team fight. Could not even waste to start a fight in the previous game, but they're going to give it more respect in this one. Disruptor is still available. You did mention it. I think this could be very good against Queen of Pain in general. It makes your life so much more difficult to play. One bad blink into Static Storm, then you can get pulled back again. Unless you have some kind of a save, it could be very difficult.
Are you surprised that they still banned the Earthshaker? Because I was with you with the way you rationalize why they first picked the co-op, right, to kind of block the Earthshaker, but right now they're still banning the Earthshaker.
Probably thinking about it and maybe deciding it's better to remove it.
They'll give a whole second phase of picks to also protect the Earthshaker. Because I do agree, I think it's worth being worried about it in the first phase. You get some bans out, but BB team, they are one of the first teams that was using Queen of Pain offlane. So I feel like this as a pick it doesn't just have to counter Shaker. Like, yes, you can use it as a tool to not have the first pick Shaker come out, then ban the Shaker because it was too good in both games, and then later on you just have Queen of Pain and Miro plays it, and it's one of his best heroes.
And do you think it tells you that Co-op might be a support? That's why they're banning the Shaker, because they don't want her to go mid?
I don't think for BB team. I feel like it's almost guaranteed going to be Miro playing it, unless somehow GPK in the end of this draft still has a good matchup for Co-op. Then he'll take it. BB will make these plays in the draft.
Well, now with these teams picking up their supports, we thought the Disruptor could have been good for Heroic against the Queen of Pain. We saw its impact. However, BB team are going to go back for that Hoodwink, picking up saves hero a lot earlier in this second phase, along with the Disruptor. So double support showing here.
Do you like the lane though, if Co-op's going off lane with the Hoodwink, with the double range?
I was thinking about that. I think it's fine. I don't think double range is that bad. Like, Co-op as an off laner honestly acts as a tank anyway. You get the strength talent, you blink in with Blade Mail.
5 seconds remaining.
It's a lot of damage, a lot of cheap damage on low cooldown on side of BB team, so they can keep fighting. If they want to be matching the aggression that Heroic did bring in the previous game, that's also doable, because we have seen them kind of lacking that in the previous one. When there was no Timbersaw, they couldn't really help out when Heroic was running at them. And this is also relatively cheap, long distance, low cooldown abilities that can stop Bane's ulti from going off. Like Disruptor with the Glimpse, Hoodwink with the Bushwhack as well could easily stop it. Queen of Pain later on with the Shard. There's a lot of things that the Pain doesn't like to play into.
I do think BB needs a mid that is more like an offlaner though. Some DK, Void Spirit, Pangolier type hero.
Turns out it doesn't matter what you guys like. The audience is enjoying this Enigma pick.
Everybody loves Enigma pick, you know. It's an explosive hero, very strong team fight.
One of Whisper's best heroes too. Oh, where did this hero go the whole time?
Is that a position for Dawn?
I think Dawn in any position is good against Enigma. So maybe and Silencer is out of the pool. So maybe they pick it to block the Dawnbreaker coming out as a response to the Enigma.
And it's also a pretty good lane, yeah. Dawn plus Enigma, you're gonna have a very, very strong lane setup here. I think even if the enemy has a gyro, the lane is gonna be tough.
I like what Jenkins is saying a lot, because you're asking where this hero went. In the road to the international playoffs, Dawn had an abysmal win rate. It was something closer to 30%. It was below 40, and it was struggling so much. And that's because people were leaving that silencer in the pool.
I think the counters to Dawn are such hard counters. Like the two big ones are Silencer and Nyx Assassin. Anything that can stop her from ulting in.
The next one is not even that easy when you get the X, because it's so quick. Sometimes you just don't get it in position in time to stop it. But
yeah, it's true. And you can get a BKB on Dawn. So it's not like impossible to play. Silencer, that's a hard one.
Yeah, that's very difficult. But we do see the gyro here, so like standard hero against Enigma. But Heroic definitely had some plans towards dealing with the gyro. They probably feel like with the Dawn, the lane is strong enough to handle the gyro and Disruptor.
It's a super strong lane. Enigma plus Dawnbreaker. You have the slows for your Eidolons. You have multiple stuns plus the Blood Grenade. If someone's getting caught in that lane, either Disruptor or Gyrocopter, they could be definitely getting the kills. And with Enigma, the lane is going to be closer to your tower, so you can kind of always play aggressive.
Yeah, BB does have one problem, which is they lack a melee hero. They
frontline.
They do not have a guy to just run in and be tanky. Queen of Pain is not terrible at it, but it's also, you're still an int core. Like, her stat gains are really good. You build a lot of stat items, but it's not like a Brewmaster, for example, or a Bristle, which have both been banned out.
Yeah, they need like some sort of aura frontline hero. Underlord kind of hero, someone to stand in front.
Tidehunter, something like that.
Centaur, maybe, you know, someone that can actually be a frontline for the gyro, buy some auras. Gyro loves heroes that buy auras and can be the mid shield for you. So I think those are the heroes probably we would maybe see from BB team here.
I think they need a Blink Initiator. I think they need somebody to go in and just stun people, because starting a fight is going to be a bit hard, something that they did struggle with in the second game. Sure, you have Queen of Pain, you have Disruptor, Gyrocopter. He wants people to be kept inside of a certain area to be able to go in and just, you know, keep them in a place, so that the Gyrocopter with the Flak Cannon, Queen of Pain, Centaur is getting removed. This is, I would say, one of Miro's better heroes. I would say that potentially Mars is okay, but you have Enigma, you have Dawnbreaker, Sanking, there he comes. Sanking is the hero that could give them that just Blink Initiation on lower cooldown.
It kind of does both. It gives you a hero to run in and be tanky and start things off. and then also be a blink initiator and team fighter later on in the game. I like this a lot.
I
It's a
also
hero-
like the lane setup a lot more here.
Yes,
with the
it's a-
hoodwink.
It's a hero that plays much better with the hoodwink. And
5 seconds remaining.
honestly, any like try pairing of the heroes on BB has a lot of damage, a lot of stun, a lot of catch. This is a very solid draft, very magic dependent.
Gotta start them young. You gotta get all the information you possibly can. Give them all the lore. Know that they've been to all the TIs.
Have you heard this one before? I didn't know Arteezy was in the audience. That's
Gonna enjoy that one from
That's a
home.
classic. That's a classic right there.
I mean, do you guys like a Dragon Knight here? Dragon Knight against Corp, and then you have Dawn with Dragon Knight.
Choose your hero.
Good call.
An amazing prediction from Winter. What are some of the key reasons that you wanted to see it and it being picked up?
Lane matchup against the Queen of Pain, and it's also really good with the Dawnbreaker ulti. It's a good setup. I think it allows them to play together as a unit.
I also think if he's going to be going for a Blink Dagger, potentially Mage Slayer, you have Mage Slayer plus Pipe coming out from the off lane, and
So good.
You might be having a lot of issues in terms of dealing the damage. This is something that Sanking really hates to play against. There's also going to be Queen of Pain. Sure, she does have some pure damage, but most of the damage that they do have is going to be magical early on.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty much all magic damage. Even Gyro doesn't like playing into a Mage Slayer plus Pipe combo.
I'm looking at where these heroes are going for heroic. And it's the Enigma position 5, which I feel like has not been seen as a support in so long for competitive.
It doesn't work most of the time when we see it. It doesn't work.
it's like a Chen, right? In a way, it's a
Is
weaker
it?
version of Chen.
Yeah, if someone's going to pull it out, it's either Insania or King Jungle.
I mean, so basically they're doing this to avoid the Enigma against Gyro matchup, right? They're trying to improve their odds of winning the lane, which I can understand why, but it means that their whole draft is slower, a lot slower, I think, with the Enigma position 5, because you don't really offer much to your team early game.
So then how are the lanes going to be looking if we feel like this Enigma might be good in lane, but not towards the later part? How important are we going to see BB team focus on having those lane wins?
I think this is solely because they have this DK plus Dawnbreaker ulti combo in the game. They want to accelerate the game, give Dawn a core role, so they can keep doing this when they get the Axe early, and just keep finding pickoffs on the map and play around that. I think they're hoping that would actually carry them through the game.
They have very good counter initiation as well. You have this Dawnbreaker, Aghanim Scepter is pretty much your core item. You have Dragon Knight who can blink in, Enigma. Eventually you're going to be getting the items as well on this position 5 Enigma, because you can always go to jungle, try to get some farm. Maybe stay in the lane a little bit longer depending how that lane's going to go. But, you know, we always talk about Sanking not being the strongest laner. I want to see how much he's going to be able to get out of that lane.
And some final thoughts from you, Jenkins?
I think in that lane, he can get a lot. Against TA, you peel the refraction charges off. You got a hoodwink in lane with you two. You're against Enigma 5. Pretty easy.
All right, with our game number 3, we've already talked about how important this game is. It's elimination for Heroic. If we see them advance, it could be the best placement South America has had. Before we get into the game, of course, we're going to hear from their coach, Caps.
It feels good to be this.
Thank you very much. It is time for game number 3 of this elimination series. Cafs, you seem pretty pleased with the heroes you got on the board. Tell me about what you got. Or we can just soak this in. Guys, are you ready for this game number 3? All right, let's get to the Dota. 5 heroes on the board. Tell me what you got.
We've been practicing this for some time. I love the draft setup. KJ is a fucking beast on Enigma. I hope you can deliver.
I think he just might. And since it is indeed elimination, and we heard it from Nat, if you win this game, this will be the best a South American team has ever done in South American and TI history. And you are no stranger to being a champion. I know in October of last year, you brought South America to their first ever LAN victory in Wallachia. Are you ready to get these guys hyped up? Tell me what you're going to say to this Brazilian crowd, to all the South American Dota fans out there.
Can I get a mic?
It would be my honor.
I want to try something. Who is cheering for Heroic? Stand up. Who is cheering for Heroic? Stand up. think we got more than 50%.
I think you did, Cass. Now let's get into game number 3.
A top 4 on the line for a South American team. A game 3 that is sure to be a banger, because the last time we were in this position, Avery, we got the 1 HP miracle or curse, depending on how you look at it.
That is a fabled game to bring up right now. A game of dreams, a game of nightmares. That is what TI always seems to deliver. And these guys have delivered some insane games so far on their run in this international. It all comes down to this, a final game to try and set history. And it's going to be an absolute barn burner, because this is just skirmish city, man. Team fight on skirmish on more team fight.
Ooh, already snags the first blood. BB team, I had a fear for Heroic going into this, that they might just be overwhelmed by the pace that BB team have picked up. It is a lot of run at you, Dota, they're going to be bringing to the table. But if they can secure a laning phase win, that would do a lot to bolster their mid game.
You got the first blood on this gyro pick. This pick to me says, I want to be able to fight. I want to be able to have a strong lane. I'm going to skirmish. Everything about this game points to fast-paced fighting Dota. That is Heroic's wheelhouse. Once more, BB have decided to meet them on their ground, on their turf.
Schofield does everything he can to teleport away. They got the damage.
Very
BB
close.
team will return the favor. Kill for a kill in the top lane.
I don't think Pure wants to...
Ooh, almost falls as well. Turns Malphus back around on the Sand King. Does end up going down to save in the end.
There's going to be a lot of kills this game. It's starting pretty fast. These teams are just going to go at it. And I love it. I mean, we might not even see some Helma Dominators here. Dare I say it? Everybody just wants to fight. They want to take the team fights. Very low cooldowns in this game. I would love to see some of the early magic resist items for Heroic. The panel talked about the pipe, the potential Mage Slayer on the Dragon Knight could be super influential against BB. And if you're BB, you want to get this gyro online so he can contribute to the team fighting, and you want to make sure that GPK has a big game, because man, this guy has delivered it and time again. Last game, I think he was way too stifled from the draft. This time around, he has a very strong hero in that Queen of Pain that can always scale, can always find team fight impact. Can he deliver one more time?
He does feel like, though, he is still a bit addressed, right? We've got some single target stuns that are rough for the Quap to be blinking in aggressively into. We've got the backline Fiend Script, we've got the Dragon Tail, and he also is going to be walking into some serious team fight between the Dawnbreaker and potentially the Enigma. Now, this Gyrocopter is pulled out of position a bit. Whisper conserving his mana for now. I mean, this is a offlaner that wants to get kills, but you got to be very careful in how you use your mana.
Still has that Lotus victory, though. That'll go a long way for this Dawnbreaker in the off lane. A lot of resources at Whisper's disposal. Schofield tanking a lot.
If they don't go soon, Schofield's just going to die without anything in return for Heroic. The momentum now beginning to shift into Pure's favor in this safe lane.
And I love seeing BB get aggressive on their safe lane for once. It's felt like they've just been trying to survive in this lane for almost 2 series now. Yeah, pick a hero like Gyro that has Barrage. Run at your opponents, deal the DPS. You're going to take some back. I mean, that's a guarantee, but at least you're getting something out of this lane. Pure having a much better time in this game 3, at least at the start. Whisper trying to get some revenge.
Wants one more hammer on him.
Out of range.
Katomi doesn't have the mana for the glimpse back. They were going to try and sandwich him here in the trees. They got the hammer on him, and he got him! A teleport away denied! Pure, the walk of shame for him.
He almost should have just taken the death and been able to TP back with full resources, right? It's not as if this lane was going terribly for you. Now it is going terribly. That is going to be a lot of time off the lane for the Gyro. Big moves from Whisper. Getting a lot of experience off these kills as well. There is that walk of shame.
Oh God, with
it's
no
a slow
boots.
one.
So slow.
No boots, no smoke. It's just playing Dota the hard way right now for Pure. I felt like this game was going to be a little better, but it seems this man is destined to struggle this event.
It really is. Mid lane matchup, let's talk about that. 18-11 compared to the 22-3. So the Quap walking away with a lot more denies, so should have the experience advantage, but Dragon Knight still getting some good gold out of the lane.
Not the easiest lane for the Queen. GPK just winning that CS battle early, putting him in a really good position. You will have to get value out of these Sonic Waves, though. That's the biggest thing. If you're BB team, you want to be playing a fast-paced game with the glimpses and the bushwhacks, but Queen of Pain's your biggest early game damage dealer, particularly when that ult is up. Gotta get GPK involved. That means focusing on those power roots, making sure his lane is good, and making sure Analog can't just push into that tower and force the Queen to sit here on low resources. Some situation like that is not going to feel great.
Save already marking his territory here. He's just going to camp out for 30 seconds if need be.
There's a triple stack potential for these Eidolons right now. KJ eyeing it up. Can he get them all?
Oh, yeah.
A little tricky.
As Cav said, they've been practicing this, and maybe this is exactly how a triple stack for KJ.
Absolutely beautiful. This is the stuff you have to practice in lobby. Nail that timing exactly, especially with all these camp timings changing every patch.
Still, at the same time, GPK did pick up the shield rune, and he has the level 6 advantage. So let's talk about you said you have to get value out of this Sonic Wave, particularly if he's going to rotate out of lane, because that means the Dragon Knight will hit this mid tower. What's the plan for GPK? Where is he looking to make this use of this ultimate?
I mean, you're either just trying to kill the Dragon Knight with rotations into you if you think you have the damage. Might be a little iffy with the
for the wisdom. No, he's not. He's already got the scan on them, so he knows not to contest that. Instead, just plays to make sure that they can invade the triangle when the time comes to contest this gyrocopter.
blocks the camp, gets vision up, trade out the shrines. This will pay off later, especially if these get stacked up for that Sand King. You can go in there and contest it with full vision. Could be really influential down the stretch here. Still, Yuma coming out on top of this laning phase. Top net worth hero, getting solo XP now. Potentially can also have some ancient stacks built up for him and waiting, and there are. I mean, there's all those stacks in the jungle as well. AJ just playing an economy game. He's not really playing the lane. He hasn't been pressured to sit on there too much. He's not using the Eidolons into the Sand King. He's just using them to stack. Could potentially get another triple stack up in this Radiant jungle. They're sitting there. They're waiting. This would be a huge move for that TA when he moves in there early. And not something I think BB expect. This is not something you're looking for right now.
No, certainly not. And this is, I love that you're doing this in a game 3-2 because BBT,
again.
All right, he missed one of them. But a double stack this time around. Nightmare pushing him up the cliff. Katomi in a bad spot now with Whisper cutting across too. They ensure they get that kill, but now with Miro with the epicenter, the Dawnbreaker ultimate, the Sonic Wave has to be used to finish off that tanky Dragon Knight. And now Whisper, victim of both the ultimates, will fall as well. Miro cutting across the map to make this happen. A big win for BBT.
That's a beautiful move from him. Not something heroic expected at all, but BB are bringing the heat in this game 3. They are not going to get outnumbered. They are not going to get out-team-fought. And you have to respect the Dawnbreaker's capability to join these fights. There he's just in the river, but that can easily be a Solar Guardian to protect that DK on mid. So you need the numbers. You need the ults to go in, and a beautiful Sonic Wave connection. You caught Whisper going into it after the ult. That's just pure juice.
And then Pure being able to go into there.